the killing of the Shiites by men of the security forces. I think it is condemnable. I recall in the 80s when I was a young bank worker in Lagos. That was the first time I saw these Shiites march on NTA. It was awesome. A very long line. And I tried to inquire. I was told that it is their practice to move that way from time to time according to their faith. And ever since then, I have tried as much as possible to monitor the activities. And I can say with all certainty that they have always been peaceful and orderly in their processions. Why we have to speak on this, and we should not be criminally silent on these things happening, is that we do not want another Boko Haram in Nigeria. This was how it started. When Yusuf was doing his thing, he was arrested by government of Borno State, put in detention, murdered. That was the beginning of Boko Haram. We are yet to come out of it. Up till now, Boko Haram is still killing innocent Nigerians, women and children. The security forces have not been able to quench it. And they are still continuing. They are kidnapping students, raping them, killing them, holding our girls. And we are pretending as if nothing is happening. The Shiites should be allowed and be given freedom to demonstrate and to have their processions peacefully. We should not force them into being another terrorist group. We are all in this country. We are no strangers. We know those that are peaceful and we know those that are not peaceful. We have no reason whatsoever to shoot innocent women, children, and men who are on a peaceful march, calling for the release of their leader. More especially when the courts in the land and the ECOWAS court has ordered for the release of their leader. We must do things like people in a civilized society. We cannot all continue to operate in this way, as if we are in the animal kingdom, as if we are in the zoo. We have educated, enlightened society, and our government should help us to propagate this in their actions. We condemn in its entirety the shooting in Federal Capital Territory in the last 48 hours. It is condemnable, it is unacceptable. For the Shiites, they should be orderly and peaceful. They should not be allowed to be pushed into terrorist group, being the terrorist group. And government should also note that it is not impossible that these people can also be forced to carry arms. We have had a lot of bloodbath in this country. And I think the time has come for us to put a stop to it. This is our take on the bloodbath and the shootings in the Federal Capital Territory in the past 48 hours.
By the law, one person's right ends where another person's right begins.
Very well.
Now, in the process of also exercising their right to peaceful protest, these people have also hindered the businesses of other residents of the FCT. Do you not consider this in any way a challenge to the security of others as well who are not Shiite members within the FCT?
You see, those who go to equity must go with clean hands. We should also put side by side where their leader is still being held. We are in a democracy. 1, 2, 3, 4 others, including ECOWAS court, has said, let him go. Let him go. You can put a surveillance around his house. Security is ahead of everybody in any society.
They're in a position to know what you don't know. Part of the job of a security, they may even be protecting you unknown to you. Because should anything happen to you, it may cause a lot of problem in the society. That's why all over the world, security work is not for the marketplace. They may be protecting a man without him knowing. Because they know should anything happen to that man, it will come to a situation they cannot handle. So I don't know the discomfort that was caused. A lot of people have been demonstrating in Abuja. Now, Unity Fountain is no longer, it's a no-go area. People do their processions on the street. I have monitored the activities of this group for the past 10 years. They're always on one line at the end of the, by the side of the road. They give room for vehicles, vehicular and individual movement. So why should we shoot them? Why has government not engaged them in a dialogue? Security has information we don't have, to the effect that they know when they want to do this. They have leaders. These leaders are known. They are Nigerians. Why not engage them in discussion? Why do we run away from discussing issues of this nature? Why? Why should we not discuss with them? We cannot all keep quiet. Whether you're a Christian, you're a Muslim, evil is evil. What is wrong is wrong. Engage them in discussion so that we can stop this mayhem. The other time it was in Kaduna. It was reported that about 1,000 died. They were given mass burial. Now, the other day it was in Zuba. It has come close to this place. How many times and how many people should we continue to shoot in order to trample on their rights? Yes, I know. Individuals' rights can be truncated upon by overriding national interests. But it doesn't apply in this case. Because their case is just. They have a court order that you must obey as government. Release their leader and put him on surveillance in his house, unknown to him. Don't keep him. With the killing in Zuba, did he stop the one here? They will continue. Joe will continue to kill. He doesn't stop it. You cannot kill an ideology. You cannot kill a belief. You can only kill the person. They're ready to die because they believe their case and cause is just. Government should do more than what it is doing now. We are no longer ready to lose souls in this country. We have had enough bloodbaths everywhere. Everywhere. This is a sensitive issue that most people will run away from. And I think I'm speaking because I'm speaking and in a good position to speak on this because I'm not a member of either faith within the belief. Because it appears that there is a crisis of you are Sunni, you are this. It's not my business. I'm seeing them as individuals. And they should be treated as such. They have the right to request for the release of their leaders based on court decisions. If we are practicing democracy, if we believe in rule of law, which we claim we practice, we have no reason whatsoever to keep Zazaky any day longer in detention.
Okay, agreed that the court has ordered for the police, which the federal government is still dragging feet. But if we look at the antecedents of this particular group, they have always pro-march on major highways, traveling long distances. If you can remember, there was an encounter with the Chief of Army Staff where they demonstrated one of those their problems that is actually causing this fracas between them and the security. They stopped the Chief of Army Staff from where he was going and insisted on some demands. And if a group can come up to an authority...
I'm hearing those demands for the first time. That was not the story we got. We never heard that they made demands from Chief of Army Staff.
Okay. They made some demands.
And don't forget,
yes.
Don't forget, the Chief of Army Staff was going this way. They were the other way. From all the reports,
Just like the reasons given for the Zuba case. They were on this way, moving arms to Kaduna. They were on their way coming into the city. So they are not on both sides of the road. While you are moving on the right, they were moving on the left. So let us, look, governments all over the world don't say the truth. Okay, they say the truth. They say this truth. Governments all over the world say the truth only when it doesn't matter. So don't go into those details so that we don't open the Pandora box. All we are saying is these people have their rights. Government also has the right to protect the citizens. But in protecting the citizens, you must also recognize their own rights. What are they asking for? Are they justified and justifiable? Are you in any way wrong or necessitated that demonstration? That's the point I'm making. Nigerians should not continue to live in darkness.
Okay, what I'm trying to put forward here is that what advice do you have for the shared group so that they avoid becoming confrontational anytime they want to protest? Confrontational.
I have already given the advice. Since democracy, they marched during Obasanjo. They marched during Yaradua. They marched during Jonathan. We have always seen them on the street. There was no single incident. Why are we having incident now, starting with Kaduna? Why? What I'm saying is for public knowledge. They have been on the road, even during the military. They did. During Babangida, they did severally. There was a time they were moving from Borno to Yobe and from Borno to Adamawa. During the military. They did it during Obasanjo, they did it during Yaradua, they did it during Jonathan. What is different now that they cannot march freely on the street without molesting anybody? Peacefully. They had no guns, they had no cutlasses, they had no daggers, they had nothing. The point we're making is government should engage them. Why we appeal to them to tarry a while, to show restraint? Government should on its own part carry out its responsibility of engaging them. Engage them. We should come down from our high horse. We should swallow our pride and arrogance and engage them. They are citizens of this country. I'm told that those groups are up to 7-10 million of our population. Why ignore them? Why ignore them? The appropriate agencies of government, or even Mr. President, should direct for them to engage them in discussions. They have leaders, and these leaders are known to government. Thank you.